There are many sects of Taoism and Buddhism, and often sects disagree with each other in many ways, but in general they agree to some fundamental ideologies. Taoism is about seeing, learning and imitating the way nature and the universe works, philosophically and metaphorically. Hence you hear a lot about balance and passiveness associated with Taoism, because it sees nature as a self-balancing system without the need for external forces, and thus individuals should treat everything they encounter as a natural part of their life and accept it instead of trying to change it. It sees the world to be in constant equilibrium, that it will change if it needs to, and will do so on its own. It's quite like the laissez-faire ideologies. Buddhism is about digging deep into yourself by removing desires and sorrows caused by the world. It is often associated with seclusion, giving, and introspection, as these actions are attempts to cleanse oneself of the worldly desires and attachments. Buddhism sees the world as naturally an evil place that has no hope of universal salvation and everyone needs to be their own savior, and studying Buddhism and follow its practices helps people to do that. I guess you can make a comparison to people living off the grid to escape from the evil of materialism. Confucianism is different as it was initially a social philosophy. It also have widely disagreeing sects similar to how today's social science ideologies differ. It deal with social structures, education, and politics. It also contains philosophies and morals that are derived from those topics. Confucianism see the world as a naturally chaotic place, and it advocates brilliant minds to use Confucius teachings to bring order and guide the masses. Like elitist socialism. It is interesting to mention that while they all worship figures, those figures are seen as merely forerunners of the philosophies and they are worshipped out of respect and admiration. For Taoism and Buddhism, those figures happen to have great powers as a result of their enlightenment, but generally, at least to true practitioners of these religions' philosophies, these are side effects and are not the reason they should be worshipped. In folklore they are given Greek, Roman-like pantheon roles and worshipped accordingly, but that is folklore. If we go by the alignment grid, Taoism would be true neutral, Buddhism would be chaotic good, and Confucianism would be order neutral. Buddhism life is suffering. Escape from your problems, from this awful life, hoping the next one is better, ultimately achieving total annihilation of your consciousness, aka nirvana, i.e., you cease to exist, your spirit soul ceases to exist. Giving up all your wealth helps you achieve peace, happiness by means of eliminating earthly attachments. Problems stem from unmet desires, so reduce your needs to the absolute minimum like food and shelter. Your body is merely a shell for you existence. Deny the body but nourish, cultivate the spirit. The body is unimportant as it will die, look forward to your next reincarnated life. Gautama Buddha was a married Hindu prince who abandoned his wealth and family, escape, in search of enlightenment and a way to end suffering. Buddhism shares many similar concepts with Hinduism. Buddha died from food poisoning. There is no creation story. Some people have observed that the Buddhism practiced in Asia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Nepal, India, is different in some significant ways to the type taught in the West via Western media. The Western version seems to have been reinterpreted to be more palatable and fitting to the Western mind and background. It's wise to be aware such differences exists. As well, Buddhism East or West is quite diff to Zen Shaolin type Buddhism, noting that Zen is quite popular in the West, partially due to the popularity of Zen and Eastern martial arts like Shaolin etc. Confucianism study hard, work hard to become someone important. It is good to become someone important. Strive for prominence as it's good to stay on top of the food chain. Strive for power. Compete in everything to get ahead. Go get that promotion. Be as wealthy as you can to make self more important and climb the social, political hierarchy ladder. When you die, people will respect your achievements. Respects your elders, especially father. The emperor is like a father to a nation, respect and obey him without question. Confucius created rituals and ceremonies as such artificial social structures guide people to proper behavior, and social stratification necessary to preserve social order in feudal times of Confucius circa 500 to 600 BC. There is no creation story. Taoism life is suffering only if you do not follow the Tao. Conquer your problems instead or running away like in Buddhism. You have only one life. Make it good, don't wait for the next life. Stay healthy so you can live very, very long. Work with nature, not conquer or control or harness nature. Nature is a friend, work with nature, borrow nature's power and you will find nature as a powerful ally. But if you try to control nature and you will face nature's retribution, e.g. man-made global warming, pollution. Try not to disturb the natural balance of all things, strive to achieve physical and natural equilibrium. Do not mix things up when it is not meant to be mixed up. If equilibrium is disturbed, changed, nature will try to restore balance or seek a new balance point, and that readjustment process can bring chaos and turbulence to man. Be kind, lead a simple life with as few attachments and don't seek prominence. Stay at the bottom or center. Go with the flow. Adapt to your surroundings, even as if changes constantly. This is what "be like water" means. Water takes the shape of whatever container it is in. Sometimes it even transforms into soft and flowing as steam, other times hard and solid as ice. Be aware of the illusionary nature and fragility of status, power, beauty, wealth, friendship, etc. Instead of power, skills and influence are better qualities to aspire to. People listen to you because your insights are wise and make sense. There is no need to force or intimidate others into submission, obedience. Instead of striving for status and higher rank, deepen your skill, as this ensure your relevance to society and increase your survivability.